What's up, guys? Thank you for watching the Armchair Verdict, the home of sensible boxing talk. And in this video, I need to talk about Moses Itauma versus Dillian Whyte, two heavyweight contenders in very different places in their career. Now, there's a couple of things about this fight that stand out to me, and one thing in particular that worries me a lot. I'm going to get to those things very shortly, as well as giving you my prediction and how I see this fight playing out. But first things first, let's talk about both fighters. Moses Itauma, 20 years of age, 12 professional fights and 12 wins. Many people were backing him as the favourite coming into this fight, which divides people and surprises people quite a lot because 12 fights isn't really a lot. And if you look at the level of opposition, probably the best wins in his career so far are Dempsey McKean and Marius Whyte. Now, these guys aren't top world level operators, but they are known for being quite durable and resilient. Moses Itauma made easy work of these guys, stopping them both very quickly. And he's displayed great levels of skill, IQ, agility, power, movement. He's a tricky southpaw. If you listen to anyone inside boxing who has seen him up close, been in the gym with him, watched him spar, they all tell you the same thing. Moses Itauma is the real deal, and he is the future of the heavyweight division. Now, also, his promoter, Frank Warren. This is a guy who's promoted in boxing for well over 40 years. Some of the biggest names in British and world boxing. He's got a reputation as a very careful and thorough matchmaker. Think about the career of Ricky Hatton, for instance. Ricky Hatton was matched very carefully for a long time in his career until eventually he was thrown in with Costa Tszyu, who was a pound-for-pound fighter at the time. Many people had Ricky Hatton as an underdog, but he came in there and did a job on Costa Tszyu and shocked the world. That was due to the timing and matchmaking of Frank Warren. You would like to think that if Frank Warren puts Moses Itauma in with Dillian Whyte, he must have supreme confidence in him and believe that he can go in there and do the business. But also, I heard something very interesting about Moses Itauma in an interview a little while ago that he did. He said that he's never lost a boxing match in his life. So as a professional, as an amateur, as a junior, he's never lost. That is something that I find incredibly interesting, just from a mentality standpoint. He comes into this fight, he must be feeling super confident. He must have a sort of air of invincibility about him. And he must also have a supreme confidence. So that's something that I find very interesting. Also, something else that stood out to me. This is a pay-per-view fight, and this is the headline of the pay-per-view. But prior to fight week, we haven't had a press conference. We haven't had a sit-down, round table, face-to-face, nothing like that. And if you look at Dillian Whyte, he's always had a reputation as someone who's been quite outspoken, brash, sometimes confrontational, and maybe to some people a little bit intimidating. Think about the build-up to his fights with Anthony Joshua or Derek Chisora, or the confrontation that he had with Bryant Jennings at the O2 Arena when they came face to face. It's almost as if the people around Moses want to protect him from having to deal with that mental warfare aspect that Dillian Whyte brings to the table coming into this fight. Because I can't think of many big fights where there wasn't a press conference a month or two before promoting the fight. Look at Canelo versus Terence Crawford. They went on a whole press tour and did 3 press conferences together. This is standard practice, and there's usually the face-off, the face-to-face. But these two men haven't come face-to-face until this week, fight week, where I've seen they have now filmed a face-off and they're going to do a press conference. So I found that very, very interesting. Now, Dillian Whyte, let's have a look at him. This is a guy that's been around the heavyweight division for a long time now. The last few years of his career, it sort of slowed down quite a lot. It's been very stop-start. I mean, I would say he hasn't had a meaningful win in about 4 years when he stopped at Alexander Povetkin and avenged that first loss in the fight that he had with him. Other than that, it's been not great. After that, he went on to fight Tyson Fury and was brutally stopped at Wembley Stadium. He's had 3 fights in 3 years against Jermaine Franklin, Christian Hammer, and Ebenezer Tete. He won all of those fights, but he didn't look amazing. And he's 37 years old now. So you would like to think that his best days are probably behind him. But what Dillian Whyte does bring to the table is he's very experienced. He's crafty, he's a veteran, he's a tough, proud man. He's going to come in there not just to roll over for a payday. He will know that his career is on the line here. He's going to want to shock the world, remind the world that he's still a player in this division. And he just knows little tricks how to get through, how to navigate deep waters if he's in a bit of a jam. Like, think about when he fought Anthony Joshua. I believe it was after the second round. In that second round, Anthony Joshua had him a bit buzzed and hurt. Dillian Whyte did something very clever. It's probably a small thing, but after the bell rang, he sort of swung at Anthony Joshua and started a bit of an altercation. The referee had to get between them. Everyone, sort of the coaches and the corners, got in between and broke it all up. And it might seem like a small thing, but Dillian was a little bit buzzed. That little altercation bought him extra time to recover and get his bearings back before the start of the third round. Or think about his fight with Joseph Parker. In the 12th round, he's up on the scorecards, but you can see he's clearly exhausted and almost out on his feet. He leans on the ropes and with Joseph Parker between him and the ropes, and the referee has to pull him off, but he hangs on. And that again bought him a bit of extra time to survive the fight. Clever little tricks like that will just sort of keep him in the fight and keep him lively and just keep him in the mix. And he will test Moses Itauma. I mean, we've not seen anyone put up any resistance to Moses Itauma or hit him back. You'd like to think that Dillian Whyte is going to be the one to fire back, to really give him a challenge, to give him something to think about. Now, all of that considered, my prediction, I'm going to go for Moses Itauma. As I said, Dillian Whyte, he's fought 3 times in 3 years. In those 3 fights, I haven't been very impressed with him at all. Moses Itauma, if you listen to anyone that will tell you, he is the real thing. And you can see the skill level. You can see what he brings to the table. If he is what everybody says he is, he should be dealing with Dillian Whyte very handedly. If he's not what they say he is, then Dillian Whyte will expose that. I'm pretty sure of it. But my prediction, I'm going for a Moses Itauma stoppage. Now, the thing that worries me more than anything else about this fight, if Moses Itauma does win this fight, what comes next? After Alexander Usyk beat Joseph Parker, I remember Turki Al-Sheikh tweeted and stated that he wanted to see Moses Itauma fight Alexander Usyk next, and that was the fight to make. I found that very strange and bizarre that Turki Al-Sheikh immediately wants to see a 20-year-old fighter with 12 professional fights. None of those fights against anyone of note or anyone even in the top 15 or top 20 of heavyweight boxing. That's the guy that Turkey has handpicked to fight Alexander Usyk. And my concern here is that if Moses Itauma beats the 37-year-old Dillian Whyte, he gets rushed and thrusted into a fight with Usyk. And something like that can ruin his career. It's going to be too much too soon. I would prefer to see Moses just progressed, moved up slowly. After Dillian Whyte, maybe another step up. Someone else like, I don't know, Fabio Wardley. Or after Fabio Wardley, then do a Joseph Parker type fight. Something like that. Joseph, but slowly, bit by bit. Don't just throw him in at the deep end and ruin him before he's got started. That's my concern. But who knows? I think Leon Spinks only had 7 fights when he took on Muhammad Ali, and he beat Muhammad Ali. So maybe now's the time to do it with Usyk while there's not that much footage on Moses and he's still a bit of an unknown quantity. Maybe now's the time to do it. There's not much data to study on him. He could sort of surprise Usyk and catch him out. Who knows? But me personally, I think it's too much too soon. Guys, what do you think? I want to hear what you think you want to see from Moses Itauma in the future. And do you think he should be the favourite in this fight? Or is Dillian Whyte being overlooked? Sound off in the comments and let me know your thoughts. And as always, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. But that's it from me, and I'll see you on the next one.